From halfway across the world, from Canada's capital, Ottawa, to Bangladesh's capital, Dhaka, here I am, after 15 years being detached from my own culture, trying to find out who I am and where do I belong. My childhood have always been very scattered. As a child, I remember my father used to move around a lot. Therefore, we never stayed in one place long enough to call it home. One day, when I was just around 8, my dad brought us to Canada and told us, this is home. Well, the culture was different, the people in it were different, but still, it was a place I could call home. Canada, a country that made me who I am today. But today, I'm really confused because I don't know who I am. A country that made me a fighter, independent, a realist. But my culture is making me confused. My father have always wanted me to study in political science. I guess in the hope that someday I might just practice politics in Canada. In one sense, you could say that he wanted me to politically get married to Canada. Well, I don't mean literally get married, but the political marriage, according to my understanding, is the social integration. Socially, he wanted me to mix with Canada, socially be accepted there. But the clash became when I was trying to do my integration culturally. My Bangladeshi culture and Canadian culture, they're really different from each other. At home, I was practicing the Bangladeshi culture, and outside home, I was practicing Canadian culture. And that became a big problem. And as time was passing by, I was getting more and more lost. As the confusion was getting to me, something else happened. This is so funny. My parents popped the question of marriage.
Anika? Hey Anika?
জি মা,
কি করতেছিস?
এই যে আমি একটু ল্যাপটপে কাজ করতেছিলাম।
কেন? আমার একটু কথা ছিল।
জি বলো, শুনতেছি।
এভাবে আর কতদিন?
কিভাবে মা?
তোমার বিয়ের বয়স হয়েছে।
তো বিয়ের বয়স হলে এখন আমার কি করতে হবে?
শোনো, এসব ডায়লগ বাদ দাও, শয়তানি বানাবে বাদ দাও। তোমার এই বয়সে আমার 4টা বাচ্চা ছিল।
মা, আমার বয়সে তোমার 4টা বাচ্চা ছিল, এটা দিয়ে এখন আমি কি করতে পারি সেটা বলো।
তুমি বিয়ের জন্য রেডি হবাস।
It should be normal for me to, talk about marriage and everything. But the problem became when they told me that I have to go to Bangladesh, find myself a Bangladeshi boy, and get married. I didn't know what to expect or what to say. So I said no to them. But then my dad told me that I need to get in touch with my root. So I took up on that offer because for quite a long time there was a question that was playing in my head. I wanted to know who I am. And in order to know who I really am, I needed to get in touch with my root. So from Canada, in the capital, to Bangladesh, halfway across the world in Kumilla, in a remote village, I've started my journey. Basically, a little cultural collaboration, a little confusion between which culture do I belong to. I'm a TV show host, I host a Bengali show. Therefore, I'm always asked to speak in Bengali. When I go places, I'm wearing a sari. But wearing sari and speaking in my language, I don't think that's really enough to be into the Bengali culture because it was just making me more confused. While my father taught us that it's not okay, it's rude and it's unacceptable in the society to stare in the eyes of your elders. Well, the Canadian culture at school, it taught us that it's very important to stare in the eye and make a conversation. Eye contact is a must.
দাঁড়াবো না, না এখনো দাঁড়ানো যাবে না, আপনাদের বাসায় এখনো আসিনি। It does work.
Here I am. I'm here in Bangladesh trying to figure out many things because I don't even know if I know what culture is. What culture am I supposed to belong in? So all these things, it just seemed like, what should I follow? Where do I go? Sometimes I feel that there is an invisible threat that's holding me back. I don't know, maybe it's my culture, maybe it's my parents, Or is it just me? Halfway across the world, after traveling, it's here in Bangladesh, in Kumilla, in this war cemetery, I found the answers that I was looking for. You know, it's crazy how as human, we're always searching for the best. We have a home, we want a better one. And we never stop. It's an ongoing race. And here, today, I'm sitting by this cemetery, by this Canadian flying officer's grave, and it surprises me. And it makes me think that his home could have been in Canada, but today, he's lying amongst Bangladeshi people in Bangladesh. He made his last home Bangladesh. So for now, I'm not too worried anymore, because whether I'm in Canada or in Bangladesh, I know I will find my place. I know I will belong.